There is a school of magic no one ever told you existed, but something inside you always knew. And to enter it, I'm going to ask you to breathe deeply through your nose. Release the air through your mouth and close your eyes. And if a worm comes, or a knot, or something with no name, breathe into your belly. It's just the body saying it's listening. And now, let yourself go. With every breath you take, with every word I speak, and with every note of the music, everything helps you go deeper. And as you hear my voice goes with you. And you will hear my voice in exactly the way that is right for you. And now, imagine above you a beautiful golden light. A beautiful golden light beginning to shine above your head. Imagine this light has the texture of silk, soft as liquid honey. See it descending slowly over your head, relaxing your scalp, your mind, allowing thoughts to drift away. With every breath you take and every word I speak, let that golden light move down into the muscles of your face. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, the small muscles beside your eyes. Let it flow down into your jaw, your neck. Imagine that this golden light carries everything you need, everything you desire in your life, everything you could wish for. Allow it to move down your arms, into your forearms, your wrists, your hands. Relax your fingers. Relax your nails. Relax the fine lines of your fingertips, your unique markings. And with every breath, you soften more. Let the golden light move down your spine, relaxing your back, vertebra by vertebra, through muscles, bones, organs, cells, through your lungs, between your ribs, into your heart, breathing easily, comfortably. Let it descend into your chest, belly, your legs, your knees, your feet. Relax your feet. Relax your toes. And now, imagine before you a staircase that descends. At the top, a sign. And on that sign, you can read Luminara, the school of magic no one ever told you existed. A school that has always been here, always waiting for you. Before you, 12 steps, each a different color, like a rainbow descending into the earth. And each step glows as your foot touch it. 12. The first step is gold. It glows as your foot touch it. Warm, radiant. 11. Deep green. It lights up as you step on it, and the world above begins to fade. 10. White. A pure white that illuminates everything around you. 9. Honey. Warm and soft. 8. Violet. A violet light that pulses slowly. 7. Silver, like moonlight. 6. Midnight blue, dark as a moonless sky, and the silence deepens. 5. Turquoise, like a calm sea. 4. Rose, soft as the first light of morning. 3. Celestial blue, clear and crisp as spring water. 2. Mother of pearl, softly shimmering with reflected light. 1. Ruby, warm, deep, the last step. You have arrived. Before you stands a vast crystal door. It opens as you approach, and you enter. The space is larger than you expected. Crystal walls glow with a warm light that seems to breathe with you. Corridors open in many directions. Doors, rooms in the distance, and the scent of lavender and jasmine that your body recognizes before your mind does. You are in Luminara. You walk along the corridors. The crystal walls light up as you pass and dim again behind you. The floor changes color beneath your feet. The air smells of lavender and rosemary. And you hear voices somewhere in the distance. 2 teachers speaking beside the crystal window. They are not speaking to you, nor about you, yet you hear them. Some people wait for years for the right moment to begin. And while they wait, life creates what they practice, not what they desire. The small gesture made today is worth more than the grand plan postponed until tomorrow. The words linger in the air. they are not meant for you, yet something inside you listens. You pass a room where there is a desk of metamorphic roots, its surface subtly reshaping itself according to whatever is being created upon it. The roots moving gently as though they too were part of the act of creation. Upon the desk lies an open book and a quill, writing slowly on its own without any hand to guide it. As you pass, you read what it writes. There was someone who waited so long for the right moment that the right moment became the only place where they lived. Meanwhile, the quill continued waiting, until the day that the person realized the right moment had always been this one, not the next. The draft is never perfect, but it exists, and what exists is what magic can work with. On a crystal shelf along the corridor wall sits a small glass vial. Inside it, golden dust sparkles and shifts when the vial moves. The handwritten label reads, "Fairy dust, the first breath of something that wishes to exist." You continue walking. The air changes. A gentle, sweet, lingering scent. Like a garden at the end of the afternoon. The body recognizes it before the mind recalls its name. And you reach a door that opens as you approach. You enter the fairy dust chamber. The first thing you feel is the floor golden, warm and luminous like a summer morning, as though the entire chamber exists at the beginning of something that does not yet have a name, yet which the body already recognizes as promise. The crystal walls shimmer differently here, softly golden, like light filtered through honey, and along the walls, suspended in crystal frames, hang hourglasses. Dozens of them. Each contains shimmering golden dust. Some rest quietly, the dust forming a silhouette inside the glass. When you approach, the silhouette shifts. It becomes yours. The hourglass recognizes whoever stands near it. When someone turns one, the dust bursts into light, each grain shining separately, like a constellation dancing within the glass before settling into a new shape. The air smells sweet, soft, persistent, as though the fragrance had always been there and you are only now noticing it. There is a group, 5 or 6 people standing quietly, gazing at the hourglasses on the walls, with the kind of curiosity the body recognizes, like entering a shop full of ancient objects where something catches your eye before you even know what it is. There is space for you, and you take your place. From a corner of the chamber, with the easy step of someone entirely at home here, a man approaches. Younger than you expected. His eyes look as though they are always in the middle of a story, either finishing one or beginning another. It is hard to tell which. He smiles before he speaks. He is the storyteller, the teacher of this chamber. He looks at the group with the attentiveness of someone listening to what has not yet been said, and he begins. The storyteller does not offer a welcome as the other teachers do. He begins in the middle, as though the story had already started and we had only just arrived. There was someone who wanted to create something small, but they waited. They waited for the time to be right, for the moment to be right, for themselves to be ready. And while they waited, life kept creating. Only it was not what they wished they had created. He pauses for a moment, allowing the words to settle. Then he explains, with the warmth of someone who understands how stories truly work, that creation is not about inventing something from nothing. It is about breathing upon what already exists and seeing what awakens. Something that was already there, sleeping, waiting, not yet named. The breath does not create, it reveals. He walks slowly around the group, his hand gliding lightly across the hourglasses without opening them, as though greeting each one. The difference between wanting and creating does not lie in the idea. It lies in the gesture. Wanting is looking at the horizon. Creating is taking the first step, even if it is small, even if it trembles, even if it is not perfect. He looks at someone in the group, not you, the person to your right, and he asks, with the warmth of someone who already knows the answer, yet wishes the other to discover it. Is there something you wished to create and have not yet begun because the moment was not yet right? The person does not answer, but searches, and somewhere within your chest, you do the same. The storyteller looks at the group and asks something simple: to close their eyes, to allow something they would like to create to rise to the surface. It need not be grand. It need not be defined. It may be only a feeling, a direction, a vague outline, whatever comes. And that is what you do. You close your eyes. And without forcing anything, you allow it to appear. Perhaps something concrete. Perhaps simply a color, a texture, a sense of something that does not yet have form. Whatever appears is what is right for this moment. The storyteller says calmly, "You do not need to know what it is yet, only to feel that it exists, that it's there. What appears is exactly what is right." Here, you may simply remain with what you wish to create, without hurry, without a plan, without needing to know how. The storyteller moves slowly to the center of the group. He looks at each person, and when his gaze meets yours, there is a warmth of someone who believes in what you are creating before you do. And he says almost in a whisper, "What already exists within you, that has not yet been breathed into life." And in that silence, something inside you knows the answer. Not in words, but as a feeling of recognition. Like discovering at home something you never realized you have been missing. The question hangs in the air, and the storyteller smiles, with the calm of someone who knows exactly what comes next. And he says simply, "There is a special place that has been waiting for you." The hourglasses on the walls begin to turn by themselves all at once. Golden dust rises from each one, drifting towards the center of the chamber, forming a curtain. Dense, shimmering, golden. The curtain floats there for a moment, and then parts, revealing what has been hidden on the other side. Beyond it lies another room, the trophy room, high-ceilinged, walls lined with shelves reaching all the way to the top. And upon those shelves, creations. Things students of Luminara have made over the years and left here to be seen. A crystal bird that occasionally beats its wings. A vial containing a midnight-colored potion. For seeing in the dark, says its label. Pots holding small plants that sing softly, each in its own note. Things that would exist nowhere outside Luminara. Real, alive. And among the trophies, empty spaces. Places upon the shelves where a creation should be. The storyteller leads the group slowly along the room, pausing beside some of those empty spaces. On each small plaque, a name. You walk, and suddenly you stop, because the plaque before you bears your name, as though it had always been there. The plaque is made of compressed fairy dust, golden, softly luminous, pulsing gently as though alive, as though it had always been waiting for this moment. The storyteller stands beside you and says very softly, "The space already exists. Your name is already here. What is missing is what you will bring." You remain there for a moment, with your name on the plaque, with the empty space before you, and something inside recognizes this is not pressure. It is an invitation. The space does not demand. It waits, with the patience of things that know they will happen. The storyteller says nothing more. He simply smiles and gestures quietly for you to breathe. And you understand. You lean closer to the plaque and you breathe. The plaque dissolves. Golden dust rises. A shimmering cloud, each grain a point of light, and flies towards the empty space. You touch it, and within the space, a shape begins to appear. Not perfect, not finished, but real. Beginning to breathe. What you wish to create, as it exists right now within you. Alive, imperfect, true. And the last grains of dust, still dancing in the air, settle gently on the crystal wall beside the space, and they write slowly, as though they had always known the message they came to deliver. Magic does not live in the perfect. It lives in the true. You remain with the space before you, with the shape that has begun to breathe, with the first gesture already made. The storyteller smiles, as though he had known this would happen from the very beginning. And if you remain in silence, you may hear a voice. Not the storyteller's, not mine, yours. the one that rises from deep within, and it says, "Creating is not about being ready. It is about beginning with what I have." Even if it trembles, even if it is not perfect, what I wish to create already exists within me. It only awaits my breath. And now, when you feel it's the right moment, you can leave the chamber. You step out, and as you do, the door closes softly behind you. You walk along the corridor. The crystal walls light up as you pass and fade behind you, as if the school knew exactly where you are. You notice more things this time. A light that changes color as you pass, a sound of music coming from somewhere, a scent that already feels like yours. And there's something different on the way back. It's not the corridor that changed, it's you. You reach the rainbow staircase, and you can climb slowly. 1, the ruby step glows when you touch it. 2, mother of pearl. 3, celestial blue. 4, pink. 5, turquoise. 6, midnight blue. 7, silver. 8, violet. 9, honey. 10, white. 11, deep green. 12, golden, the last step, and the light begins to reach you. You are almost back. You begin to feel your body, the weight of your body where you are, the temperature of the air on your skin, the sounds around you starting to return slowly. You can move your fingers, your toes, gently move your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and at your own pace, calmly, when you feel ready, let your eyes open. You're back. Your unconscious heard everything it needed to hear. You don't need to analyze it. Let it work. So if in the coming days you note anything different, a calm you weren't expecting, or a moment when you feel more you, it's not a coincidence. It's your unconscious working with what it received. And if the questions from this session come back at you at some point, in the shower, falling asleep, in the middle of the day, let them be. Because everything you heard, every voice, every phrase, every word that stayed. And it will keep working in there, in silence, at your own pace. And if you feel like coming back, Luminara is always open, beneath everything, waiting for you.